The Ilyushin Il-10 Beast was a Soviet two-seater ground attack plane that saw limited service during World War II. Designed as a successor to the legendary Il-2, it didn't enter service until 1944, and it gained more functionality as it entered post-war conflicts like the Korean War. Designed by Sergei Ilyushin, the Il-10 was purpose-built for the devastation of ground targets. During trials, it competed with the Sukhoi Su-6 and the Ilyushin Il-8, which was another derivative of the Il-2. While it undeniably outperformed the Il-8, it had a comparable display to the Su-6, but ultimately won the contract as the new Soviet ground attack plane. Since planes in this role were necessarily exposed to ground fire, the Il-10 was heavily armored. It sported a shell of 4 to 8mm armored plates that allowed it to survive hits from light anti-aircraft guns. It also featured a bulletproof windshield of 2.5-inch thick glass. The Beast not only could take hits, but it could dish them out as well. Initial productions were fitted with 2 23mm cannons and 2 12.7mm machine guns in the wings, as well as a 12.7mm machine gun for the rear gunner. In 1947, this was updated to 4 23mm cannons in the wings and a 20mm cannon for the gunner. It could carry up to 1,300 pounds of bombs, and by the end of World War II could also carry 4 unguided air-to-surface rockets. The Il-10 was a hefty plane, and its size and weight are comparable to the P-47 Thunderbolt. For its function, the Il-10 had a decent top speed of 342 miles per hour and a cruise speed of 190. It was powered by a Michelin AM42 engine that generated nearly 1,800 horsepower, and its 197-gallon fuel tank gave it a range of 500 miles. The Il-10 entered service so late in the war that it saw limited combat against the Germans. However, it did see some additional action against the Japanese after Russia entered the Pacific Theater in August of 1945. A few years later, it began experiencing its primary service period in the Korean War. It was eventually phased out of frontline use in 1956, with over 6,000 having been produced. And that is the Il-10 Beast in a nutshell.